During the operation, nearly 4,000 people were arrested and 2 people were killed by either DHS, Border Patrol, or ICE agents. Metro Surge was likely carried out to make good on Trump's second-term campaign promise of mass deportations and likely to appease his campaign donors over at Core Civic and Geo Group, who are yielding astronomical profits as we speak from private detention contracts.
I mean, that's the thing. GEO, I don't know about the other one, but GEO, they're doing crazy numbers, and they're putting people in concentration camps for monies. That's how it works.
And have a vested interest in filling as many beds as humanly possible at all times. And with how fast things move in the news cycle nowadays, it's hard for the operation to not feel like ancient history. If you can recall, last February, we were on the 1-yard line of a watershed Epstein moment that threatened to expose the inner workings of an elite circle of pedophile billionaires at the very top, who many suggest control our media and politicians through coercive blackmail. But then, Renee Good and Alex Petty were killed. Operation Metro Surge wrapped up. Then, we had the war in Iran, the kidnapping of President Maduro in Venezuela, perhaps the upcoming invasion of Cuba, the new
Civic Group, I don't even know, like, that's just basically another GEO, right? They're just a prison company, right? They're probably the same as, I don't really feel like looking it up right now. I'll look it up later.
Season of euphoria and an endless array of meaningless culture war issues sprinkled on top of it all by the mainstream press to keep us divided, distracted, docile, and drowning in dog shit. But what happened back in Metro Surge is important. It represents a massive waste of taxpayer money and federal resources. Minneapolis is not in a better place than it was before Metro Surge. In fact, it's in a worse place. DHS's shenanigans in Minnesota over the winter cost the city of Minneapolis approximately $200 million in losses, $5 million in police overtime hours, $81 million in lost revenue for local businesses. And
that's more than, if you add all that up, that's way more than the fraud case. The fraud case was only $250 million. $250 million. Poor Amy Bach went to jail for 42 years for stealing $250 million. And yet it looks like they stole, how much money did they steal? $500 million is how much it cost them to do the ICE shit. Great job.
Workers lost over $47 million in wages. For a look back, here was the scene on the ground less than 2 days after the killing of Renee Good.
If you're scared
workers lost $47 million in wages, we don't care about the workers.
to come outside, what are you waiting for next? American citizens are being shot in the street. This administration is not following court orders. They're sending citizens out of the country. Are you waiting for them to come knock on your door like JD Vance said?
Minneapolis public schools have canceled classes for the next 2 days.
The teachers union says this comes after ICE showed up to the campus of one.
I love this. People always, the fraud case didn't get close to the actual amount. Says you, motherfucker. Then prove it. Put it through the courts. Like, you can only claim what you can prove. And this is, the proven amount was $250 million is a plenty of money. The lady went to jail for 41 years. More people will go to jail. How many people should go to jail? Donald Trump stole $2 billion from the taxpayer this week, and you don't care. But the fraud case that sold $250 million, she's going to do 41 years. But Donald Trump stealing money and being a fraudster, and he's convicted of fraud, 34 counts of fraud, he should be in jail for 41 years. He stole money from people, and he committed fraud. Amy Bach went to jail for 41 and a half years.
Of their Minneapolis schools.
What else are you fucking waiting for?
So throughout that operation, a lot of journalists who aren't me also did some fantastic interviews capturing the passionate perspective of protesters. And on the right-wing side of things, high-up government officials were also barking and making a lot of noise as well, especially Kristi Noem. Shout out to Brian. Bimbo's on top. But one perspective left out entirely is the perspective
Bimbo's
of
up top. That's so funny. Charity, you talking about Donald Trump's charity that he was caught defrauding when he defrauded his charity, and he was caught stealing money, and he was convicted of that, and he had to pay some money back, but he never did time, never had to do time. $2 billion. When it's clearly a crime, it's going to go through the courts. It's clearly a crime that Donald Trump runs the country and is suing himself. He levied a claim. How do you claim loss? Oh, the IRS was mean to me because someone leaked to the IRS my tax returns. How were you harmed? What were your damages? $2 billion? $2 billion in damages? A crime has been committed, and it's done right in front of your fucking face, but you're too stupid because you're just a cultist. Thank you, Jackie Boyle. Jackie Boyle! Can I get some green hearts of courage for Jackie Boyle, please? Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Cite your sources. The Senate hearings with Todd Blanche, where everything was fucking laid there, and even Todd Blanche can't believe he's fucking getting away with it. Todd Blanche knows he's going to jail someday. Todd Blanche is probably... wait till he pardons Todd Blanche, And then you could be like, well, he had to pardon him because, oh my gosh, he had to. Like, what are you? You guys just love Donald Trump so much you don't care that he just stole $1.8 billion of your money. And it's worse because he also stole all that money in tariffs, all his fucking tariff money that you had to pay for, you dumb shits. And now it turns out it was illegal, so now we have to pay the companies back that paid the terrorists, but we paid the terrorists when we bought their shit. But we're going to have to pay them again through our taxes. So you just got double dipped on like Stormy Daniels. You're the sloppy second. You fools. When they say the taxpayers paying it and the consumers paying it, that's you. Both of those people are you. You are the consumer. You are the taxpayer. And you're being wrecked. You're getting reamed out, man. You're an anal scream queen.
ICE agents themselves. From what I've been told, today's interview with 3 different agents is the first time that individual ICE agents who are masked in the field have gotten on camera to speak their minds since the operation concluded. I should note.
Jesus, I forgot about the peace board. Now he wants everybody to join the Abraham Accord because he loves Israel so much and he wants to they owe it to us. They got to do it. I wish I only had to pay $750 in tax too. I wish that were, I had to pay $5,000. Getting fucked over here, man. And we're supposed to be like, oh yeah, well, it's perfectly fine because he's Donald Trump. We love him.
These interviews were only made possible because of the assistance of our buddy Carl, who you'll meet in a minute. Now, before proceeding, I just want to establish one important fact. There is no such thing as an ICE agent.
So under DHS, there's lots of different agencies. ICE itself, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is made up of enforcement and removal operations, ERO.
ICE is made up of ERO, which is enforcement and removal operations. They handle the immigration and detention side of our agency. And then ICE is also made up of HSI, which is Homeland Security Investigations.
So which department exactly are you employed by?
I'm Homeland Security Investigations.
And what sort of work do you guys do?
I mentioned we have a really broad scope of federal statutes that we investigate. We are the investigative arm under DHS. ERO is responsible for enforcement and removal. They work a lot with other countries when red notices are issued and fugitives need to be found who don't have status, things like that.
HSI has handled a lot of very famous cases in the last couple of years. The Sean.
Yes, Donald Trump is convicted. He was convicted by, you don't remember he got convicted? You're trying to say that he wasn't convicted now too? He was convicted of fraud, and he was an adjudicated rapist. And yes, he's also a throat goat. He loves sucking cock.
Combs case,
He loves slizzing the glizzy. He loves slizzing the glizzy.
Pretty famous. HSI has also been involved in the El Chapo and currently the President Maduro case out of Venezuela.
What was internal dialogue like at HSI after the release of the redacted Epstein files?
As law enforcement officers, we want to believe that the people who were investigating those looked at that stuff and did what they could. If I don't believe that, I don't know what to do.
This must be a weird feeling. You're working for the government, then you see the government release these files that they had been gatekeeping for years, which seem to implicate a lot of connected,
funny,
powerful people to pedophilia, which is the exact thing that you were fighting
Look at that. That was Prince Andrew right there. That was Donald Trump in the same.
against, among other things. Did you feel betrayed?
A little bit. I'm not surprised. It's not the first time I've heard that people in Hollywood or the music industry are like kids. The eating kids thing, that was bad. I wanted to throw up at that one. Yeah, I feel betrayed.
The raping kids was gross, but eating them.
I feel like why?
So hot dog is boy, pizza is girl, cheese is little girl, pasta is little boy, ice cream is male something, male. Map is sauce. Jeez, how do you guys keep up with all this stuff? Pizza party was great. Barf.
Why are we holding on to this? Why are we keeping this?
As I mentioned, these interviews were only possible because of my boy Carl. You guys want to meet Carl? I have fantastic news. Here he is.
My name's Carl. I'm an investigative journalist. I've been labeled the Ice Whisperer by Wired. I didn't give myself that name, but I've been interviewing ICE agents for the past 2 months straight.
How did you establish such close contact with ICE agents?
I don't think I do anything special other than offer a voice of neutrality, but more importantly, I'll listen. My questions are to keep them talking. That's my whole goal. I don't hit them with any gotcha stuff or try to prove a point. And I've received a lot of hate for it. A tremendous amount of hate for just interviewing them in the first place.
What people say?
You shouldn't be platforming people, which I think is total fucking bullshit. A lot of heat for you need to dox these people. You need to dox these agents. These people are monsters. But also beyond that, a lot of support. So I get messages from people like, I fucking hate ICE. I'm the most anti-ICE person, but these interviews are eye-opening.
What is the security risk for the agents who are participating in this case?
I mean, the security risk is if they talk to the media, they can get fired, basically. That's it. There's also a risk for us. Keeping the identities anonymous doesn't only protect them, it protects us as well. So if there's some crazy group that's like, give me their info, we don't know their info.
I hope every one of those lawless you call ICE officers get doxxed one by one and they get the public shaming they deserve.
I do all my interviews through an encrypted texting app called Signal, which hopefully you guys can put out my info. Keep messaging me. It's gonna be on screen. That's an end-to-end encrypted app. From that app, the interviews move to another app that's also end-to-end encrypted, but it is not a US-based company. So there is no way a US warrant or subpoena could ever get into that chat. So that's my double layer of security, just how I make contact and how I make interviews.
What can you tell us about our first interviewee?
So our first interviewee is an HSI agent.
Gangs, drugs, firearms, human trafficking, human smuggling, intellectual property rights, the logo on the movies before when we watched
Remember this? You wouldn't steal a purse. You wouldn't steal. Remember this? Remember this? I mean, this video. I remember these ads before the They used to show this before every DVD. You had to watch this. Don't pirate this. You're a pirate. Yarg. Why is everything anal with Jack? Only when we talk about Donald Trump. Because he's got a leaky ass. What do you want? I mean, he's got a leaky asshole.
VHS, like don't copy this, that type of stuff, or it's an antiquities theft, repatriating stolen artwork from grave robbers or, back to their home country. There's such a large scope of things that we can investigate under HSI.
The second one is also HSI. This interview is kind of sensitive, but this agent also combats child trafficking, amongst other things, in a more hands-on manner.
We are not deportation officers who go out and grab people, round them up, and then deport them. That is not our primary function. That is not what we do. Since January, February of last year, that is what our agency has been pushing us to do. That has put a halt to our criminal investigations.
And you're going to conduct that second interview because you have a pretty good rapport with this person.
Yeah.
There is no criminal investigations. They're just cracking skulls.
Yes, I've been building a relationship with all these agents for like a very long time now. I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into just building and keeping this trust.
You're down to wear a brown suit, right?
Whatever I need to do, man.
You need aesthetic consistency.
Whatever I need to do.
I have an extra tie for you, too.
Do you think that HSI and ERO should be separated?
Yes. At one point, there was a huge push to separate ERO and HSI. At one point, ERO was called DRO, which was Detention and Removal Operations, and HSI was called OI, which is Office of Investigations. That split up to what we know now as ERO and HSI. A lot of managers and a lot of people in Washington, D.C. were pushing to have those two agencies completely separate, and there was
They love changing the names, the new management. Just change the names of everything.
There's great momentum in doing that. And then all of a sudden, that all fell apart when we, as HSI, were merged once again with ERO to go pick up illegal immigrants who were working as landscapers or working at restaurants.
That arrest went viral on social media. It shows the 48-year-old pinned to the ground and punched before being taken into custody. Authorities say Barranco assaulted federal agents with a weed whacker, but no such charge was ever filed.
So you feel like Operation Metro Surge was...
He ran away with the weed whacker. Let's talk about poop in his diapers. I don't want to talk about poop right now. Thank you. We're coming to the end of the show. The scatological humor is a bit much, May. I know you really like talking about Donald Trump's butthole, but I know because you got to take your tongue out of it in order for you to talk about it. But if you want, you can come on the show, May, and we'll talk about whatever you want. Here you go. The link is in the chat. If you want, you can come on the show. We've got only about 10 more minutes left, and I'm going to call it quits. So
Bad optics.
Definitely bad optics. It's not new that sanctuary cities and sanctuary states have a different type of crime problem. That's not new information. We learn how to work in those areas. Then we have systems in place with our partner agencies to make things happen. And I think that Metro Surge probably single-handedly destroyed a lot of those relationships in these sanctuary cities and states and have set us up for probably another decade of trying to rebuild that relationship.
What are some major mistakes that you think
Jackie
maybe
Boyle.
going too hard, too fast? There are problems that need to be solved, but you just can't come in like a wrecking ball and change everything in a heartbeat. There has to be some consensus among leadership and some consideration of the front line, the ones who are doing the work.
How did you feel about the killing of Renee Good?
Made me sick. I know that you guys have heard it before, that we sometimes feel like they're waiting for one of us to be shot and killed, as an example.
Yep.
Again, another person who didn't deserve to die.
So you feel like...
I think that was the hope, actually. I think that they were trying to get one of these guys killed, and no one killed them. Nobody shot any of them. I think they really thought that someone was going to shoot. I think Stephen Miller thought someone was going to shoot an ICE agent, but never happened. No one ever shot an ICE agent. Funny. No one ever shot one.
The agents that were involved in that situation did the wrong thing.
We are held to some case law that makes determinations about when uses of force are right or wrong or objectively reasonable. While I am not in a place to make that determination for each of the agents involved, it definitely feels wrong to me.
How did incidents like that impact morale within ICE?